Goddess V is the human flower vulva, right? So how do we live in a way that recognizes and allows Goddess V to reveal herself in women's bodies? So what I'm saying is, I'm sure that other females in the universe that are like humanoid or have conscious intelligence, that the women have some features that are, we can celebrate. And so that would be this, this, in the same way you could celebrate Goddess V. But the thing is that this is a religion. It's something to do with how, it's a choice, and the choice involves actions to take, right? So you have to choose, like, what. One second, guys. Let me get my fan going here. Here we go. All right. Yeah, it's so the way you do it is starting off with treating women as sacred, like not wanting to seduce them for premarital intimacy. Like, guys, why would you want to give a woman money that doesn't have the same values as you? That means that you're being controlled by your desires, that your life is not being directed by your own conscious mind. So I'm inviting you to, it's not just like giving oral sex to your wife, is what I'm saying. It's about making it number one, making it where it's more important than, worrying about penis size or breast size. And it's more important than like worshiping the emotion of being worried or fearful. Like, transcend everything with Goddess V. Like, it's like the instant that you discover her, then your life is free. Even though technically your life is never really free, you're always a slave to the physical realm. Whether you're making money and, living a good life with a happy family or not, whether you're in prison for some reason, we're still bound by this material realm. And so the goal is to, what's the definition of love? It means the actions that you take based upon, it's sharing the same values. So two people sharing the same values, they love each other because they want each other to continue to exist. So what does it mean by Goddess V continuing to exist? Well, she always will exist, like, whether in or in the female extraterrestrial somewhere in the universe. And so the way we continue her existence in this form is to realize that humanity could destroy itself. And it will. If you look at the Mouse Utopia experiment, you'll notice some similarities in some parallels in where it's happening in this planet, in humans, where people are distrusting each other, and they no longer are so enthusiastic about having a family. And part of that's understandable, because having a family is costly, and yeah, you got to be in your masculine energy if you're going to be in public. Women follow the husband, right? So we need to cultivate a society where that's possible. Part of that is going to involve things like paying less taxes, having a smaller government. I mean, right now we're paying a lot of money to all these clandestine operations. We want to be paying money to ourselves. It's a weird situation. The problem is if then they can take more money out of the people, and the people aren't doing anything about it. Yeah. So that's why simple things like homeschooling, like, trying to get a new car, or thinking that that's going to be the key factor to attracting someone. Like, the key factor to attracting someone should be you're going to be healthy. And so the cool thing about health is you don't really spend money to be healthy. It's not, which is actually any other diet, especially if you get the cheap vegetables like cabbage, and remember, it's got to be fresh onions. Chop that all onto your low-cost, bean and rice dishes, huh? And don't forget, and only use extra virgin olive oil as a topper, or coconut oil. Otherwise the other stuff, it's very sticky, and it sticks into your arteries. Another thing is 3 hours of cardio per week. I break it down into 3 one-hour sections. Okay. 3 1 hour routines. Yeah. Okay, so, well, let's keep it going. So we're worshiping Goddess V, right? The way we're doing it is, we're, a lot of the element is just worship in silence, like a married woman under the approval of her husband shows off her vulva in maybe a strip club or whatever environment. And it's not about it's not about trying to be it's not about trying to be like the most what am I saying here? I'm saying is it's not about trying to be it's not about trying to like say like, oh man, woman has nice vulvas and everything. It's more about just silently observing, and like I like to look at vulva. To me it's like my favorite thing to look at. I think part of it has to do with the consciousness of not, and a lot of this is like, since it's a new idea, a lot of people will not, like they'll either ignore you when you talk about it or just be dismissive, like, and surprisingly even women, they're like too hesitant or to comment. I think women have this way of just like following ideas, and they can't like look at something and interpret it. All they can do is like repeat ideas and follow each other around. That's why I think women are the most convinced about following the Bible, because they just have this conviction that I want to follow, he is my God, Jesus is my husband type of thing. Like that stuff people should really take into question, But in any case, moving forward, so effectually you have this is also like people don't have to be worried about all these things anymore. They don't have to be worried about amassing lots of money. Well, amassing some money is important because it gives you that sustainability, that protection. And yeah, people will do what they want to do. There's like different reasons that people amass a lot, but as long as they worship Goddess V, that's like, here's another big thing. It's like people always talk about wanting to worship a guy, you know, like a god, right? Like a Jesus character or a male father figure. Like I would rather worship, you know, a goddess, and that's GoddessV. I understand that's not. Like worshiping GoddessV is not. What am I saying? It's not worshiping a woman, because women are flawed, and they have. See, this is all about transcending consciousness to a higher level. It's going from wanting to be just these biological beings that reproduce, that have sexual urges, that have biological urges to procreate, to being these beings that actually are celebrating our it's like celebrating. That's why vulva is special, because it's not really a necessary sexual act, and it's not like as like it's not about a guy having an orgasm, which as a masculine man, you know, you want to be stoic. You don't want to be operating off of wanting to have an orgasm. Like you want to be able to masturbate and you know, manage your own outlet, because that way all your decisions won't be influenced by that, you know. Again, I want to emphasize that people will challenge you, you know, or they'll be like indifferent and they won't say anything. Very interesting. Really. So breathe into that word, and you got it. Like the thing about religion is it's like a daily thing that you need to talk about and think about. Like that's how you create this protective force field around yourself. It's like this energy of words, and words energy of words, you know, it's this energy of words that other people have words in their mind, so that's going to attract them to something else, right? And a lot of people don't really think. They're just hedonists, and there's cogs in a machine. They're worker bees, and so what they end up doing is they sign out, guys, but we had a good chat, huh? Had a good chatty. Had a fun time. Yeah, let's talk more about this. This has been, I know I've been jumpy, the signal's been jumpy, but I feel like I got a few core solid points out there. So let's talk again soon. Aloha.